Ron Wyden and Mark Udall of Colorado, two Democratic senators, came out today and said, hey, you know what? We know things you don't because we're on an intelligence committee, and Americans would be, quote, stunned to find out how the American government is applying the Patriot Act. They say that Section 215, which allows agents to get secret orders from the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court to access, quote, tangible things such as business records, et cetera, that are relevant to a terrorism investigation, is being interpreted in a way that is not in the plain reading of the text. Now, what does that mean? That means they wrote the Patriot Act and they said you could do X, Y, and Z, which is already outrageous, which is already way too broad. And apparently the government's saying, yeah, we're interpreting it in a way where we can do a lot more. In fact, here is a quote from the senators. Quote, we would also note that in recent months we have grown increasingly skeptical about the actual value of the intelligence collection operation, and they put that in quotes as well. This has come as a surprise to us, as we were initially inclined to take the executive branch's assertions about the importance of this operation at face value. Meaning, yeah, you know what? We don't believe you anymore. You told us, hey, even though this is a crazy interpretation of the text and you were doing this crazy secret spying, that it was going to get us great intelligence that was related to terrorism. Now we find out it hasn't, and that the American people would be stunned to see what kind of liberties you're taking with their rights and with their privacy. So it again, unfortunately, leads to the same conclusion that President Obama has been horrible on civil liberties, and we don't even yet know the worst part of it, according to these two important senators saying, wait till you get a load of Section 215. So, Anna,
Yes.
As you look at this, I know we're not surprised, but I'm thinking like, Jesus, what is it? Like, well, the stuff we already know is horrific. What else could they do to us?
What I don't understand is what Barack Obama's incentive is in this case, right? So I know that a lot of times he tries to compromise with Republicans. That's what he does, and he does so under this facade of bipartisanship. But in this case, what is his incentive? Is it just because the government wants to spy on everything we do, our phone conversations, every move we make?
So that's a great question. And it's a question I was talking to the whole staff about earlier, and because you're like, why? Why does he keep doing this? And my answer is very simple. And it's because it's what I told you guys yesterday on the program. I figured out the Rosetta Stone to President Obama. So I feel pretty good about this. And are you ready for this? I hope you're sitting down. He makes decisions based on politics. Okay, but Anna, here's what I mean by that. So, in this case, if he goes against the intelligence community or he goes against the defense community when the commanders say, hey, you know what, we want to stay in Afghanistan longer, we need 30 or 40,000 troops, it's going to cause a slight ripple for President Obama where Republicans say, oh, I can't believe you're not listening to commanders on the ground. Oh, the president has weakened our intelligence community. Because what those guys in the intelligence community do, and a lot of them are left over from the Bush administration, et cetera, is they go leak to the press, they go tell their Republican friends, this is what you should bash the president on. And the president is deathly afraid of that. So, and look, I don't know what his real views on civil liberties are. I mean, based on his actions, they're horrific. I don't know if he's the worst civil liberties president in history, although he's making a run at it. Mm-hmm. I do know that he's the worst constitutional law professor ever. Remember, he was a constitutional law professor, and then he becomes president. He's like, Constitution, what name so? Right? Like, he's never even heard of it, right? So I think the answer is exceedingly simple. He's like, I don't want any political trouble, and I will do any disastrous policy decision in order to make sure that I don't have to pay a 1% political price for it.